My son Benjamin is 25. He was diagnosed at 2.5 with a severe form of autism.
My daughter Morgan, first of all, she is a ray of sunshine and we absolutely just adore her. She was diagnosed on the autism spectrum, more on the high functioning end, right as she turned 3.
He speaks at about a 2-year-old level, but he reads at a 2nd grade level.
My children on the spectrum are Malachi, who's 19, he'll be 20 this fall, and Clinton, who is 14, he's currently a freshman in high school.
He loves being out in the community. He's the oldest severe student ever to stay in our district. He's always been included and always been part of the family and part of the community, and busy and active as he can be.
Malachi he was just this little professor, always kind of advanced for everyone his age. Really just this fun-loving kid who kind of just marched to the beat of his own drum.
It's a complex developmental disability that results in people having difficulty in functioning in society.
Autism is such a broad spectrum, and it involves people across every walk of life.
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding that people think autism and they think about Rain Man, that it's sort of this super smart, creative guy who's got a bunch of funny habits, but actually it's a lot more complicated and difficult than that.
Autism is something that's kind of like a big umbrella with all these little tiny things falling from it, where this one kid, their issues could be with social interaction, and then the other kid could have the sensory area that's overflowing. It's understanding autism as a big umbrella diagnosis, as a spectrum diagnosis, and not just saying, hey, this kid is autistic and this means that.
There aren't any physical markers. People don't look as if they're disabled. They don't present in a way that would automatically tell someone who wasn't aware that they have a disability. And so people tend to be more judgmental when they look at someone and they assume that they're coming from the same level of functioning that they are.
When she was 3 or 4 years old, we couldn't take her to restaurants. We couldn't take her to the grocery store because it was just far too overwhelming.
Clinton, I kind of say he's the reason I became an online shopper for a while.
He would wander, he would grab things off shelves.
Clinton would go in the store if it was something he wanted and it wasn't available or we couldn't do it. Clinton would just fall out on the floor. When your kid is lying in the middle of the floor having a tantrum, you feel extremely vulnerable.
It becomes very isolating because it's hard to go places, and it's hard to know that wherever you go, people are looking at you.
I've gotten so many dirty looks and under the breath comments about controlling my kid or learning to discipline her. That judgment makes it so much worse in the moment when I'm trying to calm her down and I see the dirty looks.
We were at the store and we were in the refrigerator aisle. I was looking for something, and she said, "Children like yours shouldn't be out in public."
We would have people just staring and people making remarks and people criticizing and people ridiculing and things of that nature, not even understanding that, you know, I'm a mom just like they are.
It's not poor parenting, it is a neurological disability we are living with.
I've had times where I just got up and I just left my cart and we just went.
We avoided a lot of it. We just avoided a lot of it because it was just too difficult.
So it's a real barrier. A lot of people with autism shop from home, or they don't shop at all. They go into stores and leave things behind. They can't get what they need. I think one of the biggest thing a business could do would be to declare themselves an autism-friendly business. Let people know that they are interested in that population, that they are interested in having people with autism in their store.
Just knowing that, I would have my strategy as I walk in the door. And that would just be a huge relief to me.
The idea that the staff is prepared if there is a temper tantrum or a meltdown, that a customer can know, they can turn to a staff member and say, could you please watch my cart while I handle this? Or have a staff member say, we'll hold that stuff for you later. Come back at 5 o'clock. It'll still be here waiting for you. Knowing that there's an away space, whether it's a restroom or whether it's just a separate quiet place where people can go, preferably labeled. It could even be a dressing room.
I know what my daughter needs to be able to actually calm herself down is she needs quiet. So usually what I'm thinking is there somewhere close by where I can just take her real quick and I can sit down, get on her level with her, and start to walk her through that de-escalation process.
Those things are also beneficial to other people. Like the idea of a quiet away space. What new mother doesn't want that? Whether her kid has autism or not. The things that appeal to a neurotypical person in a store that make us go there and stay there and spend money can drive a person with autism into falling completely apart and being unable to function. Everything is set up to be super colorful and attractive, and there's loud music to make us move really fast and buy things. That's kind of a nightmare for someone with autism.
It's just a matter of being overwhelmed by what typically developing people might not find overwhelming.
Headphones. If it's a place with a lot of loud noise, right? If we're going to a birthday party and it's at a place with lots of bouncy houses and screaming and yelling, if they have the option of headphones.
Some little things like slightly softer lights, or maybe one checkout aisle that's labeled as sensory friendly.
Yes, if there's a way that there's a checkout line that's a little calmer. Just having someone come along inside and say, it's okay, we've all been here, we can help you.
And I've had managers say, I understand, how can we help you? What is it that you need from us?
It's so much better than somebody coming along and saying, why don't you get control of that kid? Because if we could, we would.
If you have a kid with autism in your store, that caregiver has probably had several years of training. They know exactly what they're looking at. They know exactly what they're dealing with, and they can handle it generally themselves if they can just manage the rest of this environment, which you can take care of.
Do you want me to watch your bag? Do you want me to watch your cart? Is there anything we could do to help you?
The store can just sort of facilitate that for them, just a tiny little bit. Create that safe space, give them that moment.
Just always assume that someone may have a special need you may not be aware of. And go with that, as opposed to be assuming that someone is just being bad, just being rude, just being difficult. If you can go with the assumption of there may be a special need here.
We want to welcome all of the jumpers in our park, not just those that want to come in on a busy Saturday, but we want those that maybe do need a quieter time to come in. We want everybody to come to Skyzone. It doesn't matter if you have special needs. Come to Skyzone and have fun, because we are all about fun.
hiring someone with autism to come work at your business may feel like, oh, what are we going to have to do? It could be really tricky, but it's not a sacrifice. These are people with skill sets and with training. They come with support, and it's something that you're doing good, that's good for the person, good for your business, increases diversity in your workplace, makes a wonderful statement to the public about the kind of business that you want to be.
It shouldn't be a pity position. It shouldn't be a sacrifice. It shouldn't be, oh, we should do this for the community. This is truly a positive business decision.
They're individuals just like the rest of us. They're eager to please. They want to lead meaningful lives. They want to achieve goals. They want to be as successful as neurotypical individuals.
You're making a really good business decision. They come with training, they come with support, they come with a job coach sometimes who will make sure that their job is getting done to the capacity that you want it done, and really making sure that that person is safe in the workplace. It's not favors, it's smart business.
A lot of individuals on the spectrum have restricted interest in different areas, and usually once you find out what that interests are, they flourish in those areas.
They're going to pay attention to detail. They're going to make sure they do every single step in exactly the same order, exactly how it needs to be done, because of their need for sameness and their need for routine and what they enjoy doing. And so that really actually is something that you're looking for as an employer. They're going to be very conscientious to get there on time, because of the rigidity and the scheduling that their life revolves around.
If you wanted to hire someone with autism, it's really no cost to you. These are the efforts behind the county and behind the government that bring people in and train them and job coach them. It doesn't cost the business a penny. The business is providing the opportunity, and all the rest of it is taken care of. Every single county in the state of Pennsylvania has an Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. It's called OVR. You can just call them up and say, hey, we want to expand our workforce. We're looking for some people maybe with some autism, and they'll find that for you. Once people with autism make up their mind that they love you forever. They are loyal, they follow the rules, they make their decisions, and they stick to them. The caregiver, the parent, the friend of someone with autism is exactly the same way. Once a parent figures out that there's a store that they can go to and it's safe for them there and they can get that little bit of extra support, it's got that little sticker, they're going to go there every single time. And they're going to tell their friends. There are thousands of serverless and chat rooms and Facebook groups and support groups where parents are constantly looking, where can I go? Where can I get that support? Did you have a good experience? And also, did you have a bad experience?
What families are looking for is acceptance. They're looking for a welcoming area, and quite honestly, when we find it, we're so grateful to have been treated with the same kind of respect and courtesy that you would treat anyone else, that we go out of our way to let people know, you know what, this company was really great with my son. They were very kind when I came in. And that goes a long way, and I can promise you that our families would be letting other families know.
If you look at your mission statement, nowhere on a mission statement does it say, well, we only want to take care of some of the people. Everybody's mission statement, whether you're IBM or DuPont or Applebee's, says something about being an equal opportunity employer, an equal opportunity server, and wanting to make good business ethical decisions. So it just makes a lot of sense.